Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to the Soft Life podcast with Candy Washington. As always, I'm your host, Candy Washington. So before we dive into today's episode, which is going to be a very special one, I wanted to remind you guys that you can grab a free workbook that will accompany this podcast episode, all about stepping into your goddess era. And it is 100% free. It is linked down below in the description and the show notes. Also, be sure to check out some of our courses, some of our free guides, some of our merch, and other fun resources for you guys. So be sure to check that out. And also be sure to rate, subscribe, review, share with a friend. Getting that extra support on your glow up journey is always super important. So with that, let's dive right on in. So stepping into your goddess era is an era all about radiating love, reclaiming your power, and embodying the divine feminine essence in every area of your life. That is really what your goddess era is all about. And so if you guys are watching this on YouTube or on Spotify, if I look down at all, I'm just looking at my notes because I have so much information. I don't want to miss anything for you guys. So let's grab our coffee, grab our tea or a cocktail, and let's get cozy. And let's talk about becoming the goddess you were always meant to be, okay? So first, what is the goddess era? What exactly do we mean when we say that? It's a mindset, it's a lifestyle, and it's a spiritual awakening where you step into your divine feminine power unapologetically and authentically. So this is where you shift from your life of hustle, burnout, and self-sacrifice, which is really all about feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough. Like you have to earn love, you have to earn money in abundance, you have to prove yourself. So that burnout culture, that hustle culture, that self-sacrifice, that people-pleasing culture is really rooted in I'm not good enough. Therefore, I have to give, do, and prove to get any scrap of something. We are letting that go. And when you step into your goddess era, this is all about your ease and your alignment and pleasure and joy. This is really what that goddess era is about. It's about giving up the struggle and stepping into your flow. Simply because you exist, you are enough and you are worthy and you are deserving. You don't have to show, you don't have to prove, you don't have to sacrifice. You simply have to be, and that is enough. Really reclaiming your intrinsic value and your intrinsic power and your intrinsic worthiness. That's really what that goddess era is all about. And having fun, having pleasure, whether it's eating your favorite foods or moving with your body or laughing or being lighter. It's really just about enjoying yourself and enjoying your life. Okay. It's also about embodying your self-worth, knowing that you deserve good things by just existing and allowing abundance to flow to you. In your goddess era, it's no longer about doing the most. It's about attracting the best while doing the least. To me, goddess era, soft life, reclaiming your power, it's the law of least resistance. It's the law of least effort. I simply make a decision. This is who I am. This is what I have. This is how it's going to be, and allowing it to unfold for you. And this mindset, this energetic state of being, therefore becomes your superpower. And you give yourself permission to shine and to receive without apology and without self-sacrifice. Okay? So now let's talk about 5 steps to get into your goddess era. If you're wondering, how do I transition into my goddess era? I've been in my hustle era. I've been in my burnout era. How do I get there? And don't forget, I also created a free workbook for you guys to accompany this episode. And you can grab that free workbook down below. It is in the show notes and the description box. If you can't find it, email assistant@candywashington.com and we'll get you the free workbook as well. Okay. So let's dive in. This is that juicy, fun part. The first step is to prioritize self-love daily. Remember, self-love and self-worth isn't just something that you decide one day and then it's over. It's not a destination. It is a lifestyle. It is a journey. It is a daily decision. It is a reminding. It's a recommitment to love yourself best, the first, and the most. Okay? So whether it is setting boundaries, speaking kindly to yourself, or practicing self-love rituals like mirror affirmations, which is just looking at yourself in the mirror lovingly, telling yourself you love yourself, you are worthy, you are good enough, you are enough, speaking life into yourself. It's really just cultivating a loving and compassionate relationship to yourself. And then every day you do acts of service to yourself. You do words of affirmation to yourself. I'm talking about the love languages, right? You do gift giving to yourself. You do quality time to yourself. You show up and you love yourself authentically and you are compassionate towards yourself. That means you speak to yourself in a loving way. You are self-forgiving. You take yourself, you give yourself a break, right? You take yourself off the hook. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You get to be human. You get to have boundaries. You get to say no. You get to take up space. You get to be who you are, regardless if people like it or not. That is not your problem and none of your business. I deal with that in my personal life where I used to be a people pleaser. People used to be able to manipulate me. They used to be able to get me to do what they wanted to do without any pushback because I wanted to give. A lot of manipulation. Oh, you're selfish. Oh, who do you think you are? You're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're the ones who are being selfish and manipulative because basically what they're saying is, I am going to abuse you or punish you if you don't do what I want you to do, right? So who's really the selfish person in that situation? But when you practice self-love and self-respect, you shut all that down. And if people are not with you on that journey, oh well, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's romantic partners, whether it's coworkers, I personally don't care. You need to get a really strong cutoff game to protect your peace and your power. Okay. Now let's talk about some affirmations for this. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of success. And I am worthy of joy just as I am. Because remember, self-love and healing is not about fixing yourself in order to be good enough. It's remembering that you already are good enough. And nobody and nothing is expecting you to be perfect. You are intrinsically worthy and valuable. Okay. Number 2, and this is one of my favorite ones because I definitely used to and sometimes still struggle with this. And number 2 is embrace rest as a right, not a reward. Okay. So I'll break that down a little bit more, but just personally, I used to feel guilty if I wasn't working or hustling or sending an email, creating a piece of content, going to this event, hustle, all of these things. I would feel like I'm going to fall behind. I'm missing opportunities, right? If I'm not doing that. One second, you guys. All right, guys, we're back. So, like I was saying, this was something I used to struggle with too. I would feel like I'm going to lag behind. Like if I don't work, then I'm not going to make the money. I'm not going to, get the likes and the follows, and I'm not going to get the opportunities, blah, 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 all of that BS stuff. That if I took a Sunday off or a Saturday off of not doing something, that I would feel bad or like I'm falling behind or somehow I'm not doing enough or somehow I would fail if I wasn't always doing something. This is this is a trauma response. If people feel like they have to be constantly doing. And two, again, it's rooted in that not feeling that who you are and what you do is enough. So now my mindset is whatever I do, it's enough. I am worthy and deserving of rest. And it is my birthright to rest and to recuperate. And it's also rooted in a higher level of divine trust and divine surrender. And knowing that it's not just me by myself building a business or living a life or calling in abundance or whatever it is that you feel like you have to hustle and be on for all of the time or raising your children or whatever it is, right? That you feel like it is only you all the time. When you surrender to something that is greater than you, that is helping you along this way, whatever that is, whether it's your angels or God or the universe. For me, it's God. For you, insert whatever your belief system is. But when you surrender and know that there is something greater than me and higher than me that is helping me, that has my back, that I am not alone, that I don't have to do everything by myself, that is when you find joy and pleasure in resting and restoring yourself because you know it's not all on you. Everything isn't on your shoulders, and you can trust and you can surrender and to let go, knowing that you are supported, that if you take a week off, your business will be fine. If you set boundaries with your family or with your coworkers or with whomever, things will still get done. That your relationships will survive and everything will still be okay. That you can rest, you can take time for yourself, and the world isn't going to catch fire and burn down. That everything will work out, maybe even better than you ever expected, because now you're not exhausted, you're not burnt out, you're not depleted, you're not resentful, you're not sick. You're not all of those horrible, you're not stressed out, you're not all of those things that come with not taking care of yourself, that come with not resting and not showing up for yourself. And a lot of times we think that we have to do everything all of the time and be there for everyone because if not us, then who? And we feel that there's no one who can be there for us. So if you feel that way, really work on cultivating a relationship with something that is higher and greater than yourself, that you can surrender to, and that you can trust to have your back. So that when you rest and when you restore yourself, things will still get done. Rest isn't about being lazy or being unmotivated or procrastinating. It's a powerful spiritual act of self love. And what does a goddess do? She rests on her throne. So you want to step into your goddess era, know that you are divinely supported and know that you can stop and take care of yourself. It allows you to reset, to recharge, to refocus, and to attract opportunities effortlessly. It puts you in that present moment. It puts you in that position of power to be open and ready to receive rather than being cut off in your wounded masculine and feeling like you have to micromanage and do everything in order to get something, okay? And here's my soft life tip on that. Create a rest ritual, whether this is about lighting candles or playing soft music. Just unplug from the noise of the world. And whatever your ritual is, maybe it's taking a bath or meditating or taking a nap, going for a walk, whatever it is, set the intention that this is your sacred time to rest and to unplug and to not have to be, do, or prove yourself to anyone or anything. Okay. Number 3 is connect back to your divine feminine energy. Really think about healing and activating and awakening your divine feminine energy, which is really your capacity to be magnetic. What is your capacity to receive? Again, back in that rest mode where you're not doing, but you're receiving. Okay. The divine feminine is about receiving, flow, and intuition. You are divinely guided by something higher and greater than you that is taking care of you. It's knowing that when you let go and trust the process, you are still divinely taken care of. Kind of what we're talking about with the rest aspect. But it's really more about tapping into not just the power of something higher than you, but the power of the divine feminine energy that lives within you as well. Tapping into your own intrinsic power. And the way you do this is through journaling, through meditating, through taking care of your body, through connecting with your emotions, crying, laughing, painting, therapy, group work. Those are ways to awaken this side of you, learning about it, listening to podcasts, reading books, talking to people that you really trust about being vulnerable and opening up to that side of yourself instead of pushing for things, instead of fighting for things, instead of being in charge. You allow yourself to receive with ease, not just saying no to things, but what do you say yes to, right? And add a level of playfulness to that as well. I think a lot of times we forget that playfulness, I think, is one of the most beautiful things about being a human being. We think that playful playtime is just for children. That's not true. Playtime is for humans. When do you laugh? When do you play? When do you do things that are simply just for you? When do you really allow yourself to be and to be present and to have fun? Think about that playful side of you, that sensual side of you, that pleasure side of you. That is all about connecting to your divine feminine. That is all about stepping into your goddess era. Okay? And we'll talk about a couple of more. Well, actually, I will share an affirmation with you and then we'll talk about a couple of more. So a great affirmation for this is, I trust that everything I desire is already making its way to me. So think about it. When you order something on Amazon, you blindly trust that package is coming to you. You're not second guessing it. You might check the tracking if you're excited about it, but you're getting that package. Can you have that same level of faith and belief and trust in your desires, that if you desire something, that simply because you desire it, it is automatically on its way to you? Can you trust in yourself? Can you trust in the higher power, whatever that is for you? For me, it's God, but for whatever it is for you, can you have that level of trust and belief in yourself and in whatever higher power you believe that you put into Amazon.com? So a great affirmation for that. Again, I trust that everything I desire is already making its way to me. And I created that free workbook for you guys. We have affirmations in there and all of this in there. So be sure to grab it, and it's linked down below. But we will be right back. Ready to unlock your true potential and manifest the life of your dreams? Then I've got something super special just for you. Our mind-blowing self-love and manifestation courses. Picture this, a journey of self-discovery where you'll find a deep well of self-love and acceptance. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to unshakable confidence. Our courses are designed to help you embrace your worthiness and tap into the incredible power of self-love. But that's not all. We'll also dive deep into the transformative world of manifestations. You'll learn proven tools and techniques and strategies to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your wildest dreams. So get ready to create the success, happiness, love, and abundance that you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Head over to candywashington.com/courses to get started. Again, that's candywashington.com/courses. All right. So now let's talk about our fourth step to get into your goddess era. So this is all about upgrading your environment and your circle. Your goddess era, if we have a keyword, it is declutter. Declutter your space, your office, your home, your car, but also your emotional and spiritual environment in the sense of who you hang around, who do you have in your energetic environment, who do you have in your circle. Think about your friends or your family. Are they toxic people? Do they lift you up or do they bring you down? Do they speak life into you or do they try to manipulate you? So if you have people in your life, which is your energetic circle, your energetic, environment, the people that you have around you who do not serve the highest version of you, it's time to let those people go. You don't have to have a huge fight. You don't have to make some dramatic statement. You can just slowly stop spending time with that person, have limited interaction with that person, and be mindful of how you are when you're in that presence with that person, okay? And this also, like we said, includes your physical space. If it's dirty, if it's cluttered, if it's unorganized, take the time to go through your stuff, clean things out, have scented candles, have aromatherapy, have pictures that inspire you, have words that inspire you, have decor that inspires you. And it's not about going out and spending a ton of money on fancy furniture. You could go on Etsy, you can go to IKEA, you can find reclaimed stuff. It doesn't matter. It's not about how much money you're spending to create your space. It's about intentionally having things in your environment, whether it's your home or your car, wherever you spend time, that inspires you, that brings you pleasure, that makes it comfortable and fun and soft and enjoyable. You could go to Target and get something cute. Again, none of this has anything to do with spending a ton of money. It's about cultivating an environment that feels good to you, that puts your body at ease, that calms your nervous system, that makes you happy. So the same thing goes with the people in your life. If the people in your life disrupts your peace or your nervous system, cut them out. Declutter your life energetically and in your physical environment as well. Surround yourself with beauty and with people who lift up and feed back into your energy. Soft life tip: refresh your wardrobe, organize your space, update your Instagram feed to reflect your elevated vibe. So, another part of your environment, like again, your energetic environment, think about your social media feeds. When you are scrolling, and this is no judgment on scrolling because I love scrolling, I do it all the time. I love it. I love it. But think about what content you are consuming, because that is the energy of that content you are consuming. If you're consuming content and you're scrolling on your feeds and it makes you feel jealous, envious, depressed, sad, nervous, anxious, any of those negative, vibes and energy, unfollow those people, block those people. Nothing is wrong with those people. They're just doing what they're doing. It's just you being mindful of how does the content that I consume affect me energetically. Have your feed full of things that inspire you, that make you laugh, that brings a joy to your face. That's what I do. Follow like home decor or really cool people or travel or whatever the case is. Again, whatever speaks to you. You don't have to be into it. Whatever you are into. A great thing to do is think about the highest version of me. She is doing or he is doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Fill your social media feed with accounts that reflect that life, that next level, that highest version of you. So you are now basically creating a digital vision board, a digital, mind movie of the next version of yourself that you are stepping into. This is also a powerful way to manifest. Okay. Number 5, lean into pleasure and play. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper. Life in your goddess era isn't just about goals and achievements. Those are great, but whatever. It's about pleasure, fun, and joy. It's about knowing that this life is more than about getting jobs and degrees and flexing on social media. It's about the quality of your life. Do you wake up fulfilled? Do you laugh throughout the day? Do you play? Do you even know what your pleasure points are? Do you know what makes you happy? Do you know what you like and what you don't like? To me, one of the greatest joys of life is getting to know yourself, is falling in love with yourself, it's dating yourself, you know, of becoming who you are authentically. That to me is amazing and so much fun. Whether it's dancing in your house, I just the other night just had a dance party by myself. I put on a ton of music and was just singing at the top of my lungs and dancing and having fun because I wanted to. And I can, so I did, right? If it's treating yourself to a spa day, getting a massage, getting a facial, indulging in hobbies that you like, or, painting, going to make some clay, learning a new language, doing something that you've never done before, going shopping, or whatever the case is, remember to embrace things that make you feel good. Try new things that you've been needing to try. And again, it's not about thinking, oh, this is what Pinterest tells me is cool or social media tells me is cool, but they don't actually speak to who you are. It's about figuring out what makes you happy, what makes you joyful, how do you experience pleasure, and figuring those things out and then giving those things to yourself and giving yourself permission to rest, to laugh, to play, to feel good, to have pleasure, to treat yourself, to honor yourself, to gift yourself. Love yourself first, best, and the most. That is how I treat myself. My own well being is my first and my best priority at all times. Obviously, I don't mean to the detriment of other people. We're not talking about toxic selfishness, but we are talking about being self-centered in a healthy and healed way. Make yourself the center of your life, not your kids, not your man or your woman, not your job, not your bank account, not external validation, not your family, not your mama. No, you. You are the center of your own life. Your happiness, your abundance, your pleasure, your joy is an end, not a means. Okay? A lot of times, particularly as women, we are taught that our life is a means to an end. You are here to take care of your kids. You are here to take care of your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever. You are here to take care of society. You are here to make the money. You are here to build the house. No, you are here to experience life on your own terms for yourself. Your life, your well-being is its own end. You are not just a tool for other people. No. Okay? So really tap into that about yourself. And a good mantra for that is, my joy is my power and I deserve to feel good. So now that we have all of those steps, let's talk about why your goddess era will attract abundance to you. Okay? So here's the magic of the goddess era. When you fully step into this energy, you become a magnet for abundance. Because remember, your divine feminine energy is all about your level of magnetism. What is your capacity to attract things to you, to have things flow to you? It's not a push, it's not a do, it is a receive, it is a flow. Okay? And the reason this is because you're no longer chasing. Instead, you are in alignment with the things that are divinely meant for you. Because remember, now you're trusting and now you're tapping into the divine, the higher power, your God self, God, angels, universe, whatever you call it. For me, it's God. For you, insert what is for you, okay? God responds, the universe responds to ease and to confidence, to your desires as commands. And when you are in your goddess era, that is what you radiate. You radiate your desire, what brings you pleasure and joy. You radiate your power to simply receive. It's not about working harder or proving your worth. It's about knowing that you are already worthy. Think about this. Think about a newborn baby, right? When you look at a newborn baby, would anybody of sound mind say, you need to prove yourself that you're worthy of milk? You need to prove yourself that you are worthy of love. You need to prove yourself that you are worthy of having your diapers changed. You need to prove that you are worthy of shelter. You need to prove that you're worthy of blah, 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 blah. No, you would be like, wow, that person is evil and crazy. Who would ever look at a child, a newborn baby, and question whether or not they were worthy and deserving of love and of natural physical things to survive and to thrive? No one in their right mind would think that. So, at what point do you think that as human beings, we lose that intrinsic worthiness? Just because we get older does not mean that we lose our intrinsic worthiness of love, of safety, of our desires. Let go of the false belief that you have to do anything to be deserving and worthy. Simply because you exist, you are enough. Treat yourself the way you would treat a newborn baby. You would never ask that baby to prove that they are worthy and deserving of love, of care. They simply are because they exist. Tap back into that intrinsic value and worthiness, okay? When you come from that place of because I exist, I am worthy and enough, I am fully in my awakened, healthy, and healed divine feminine energy, and you are protecting your energy and your space, you are taking care of yourself from the inside out, money, relationships, opportunities, happiness, and joy naturally flow to you because you are living in your truth and you are living in your natural state. Your natural state is one of ease and flow, not of hustle and struggle. So here are some quick practices that you can use to embody your goddess era on a daily basis. Again, remember, we do have that free workbook and some courses down below. If you guys want to check those out, go ahead and grab them and check them out. They're all linked down below. But let's talk about having a morning manifestation ritual. Write down or say out loud 3 things you're calling in for the day. I call this my daily design. So I will get my journal out and I will act like, even though it's the morning, in my mind, I am at the end of my day and I am saying what I am so happy and grateful for that happened throughout the day. So I'm calling in the day that I want to experience before it actually happens. Journaling prompts, reflect on the day. What would my higher self do today? What does living in flow mean to me? What is my next right step? How can I embrace more love in my life or abundance or flow into my life? Do movements, whether it's, a movement meditation, dance, stretch, do Pilates, release any stagnant energy that you have. Go on YouTube, Dr. Joe Dispenza, do a walking meditation. They are phenomenal. So you can go out, you can move your body, but you're still engaging your mind, body, and soul. Also, you can do goddess bath rituals. Soak in some Epsom salt, put some flowers or essential oils, or even herbs, and set an intention to release what no longer serves you while you soak into your bath. I love to use Himalayan pink salt in my baths. And again, I have more resources for you linked down below. But remember that stepping into your goddess era is a journey. It's a daily choice and it's not a destination. Be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, hold yourself in loving space, and choose yourself every day. Choose yourself, flow with your life, and trust that everything you need is already within you. Trust that there is a higher, more divine power that is looking out for you, okay? So thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. It is my intention that this video and podcast are, very helpful to you. And I hope that this episode has inspired you to embrace your inner goddess and step into alignment with living with your true power and your true self. So if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share. Share this with someone who is also ready to step into their goddess era. Whether you are a male or female, doesn't matter. We know what we're doing over here. And also let me know what resonated with you. Be sure to connect with me on social media, Washington at Soft Life Podcast. And be sure to grab the free workbook down below. Check out our courses, which you get 10% off. Use code POD10. Check out our manifestation journal as well and shop our merch. And you deserve to live the life of your dreams. So until next time, my lovelies, be well, take care of yourself and each other. And I love you. Bye.
Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon.